Greetings to you all. I'm Vyacheslav Fox. Glory to Ukraine. This is the Survival Instruction Channel. Friends, this video will be useful for absolutely everyone, regardless of age or gender, because evacuation always catches us off guard. Let's begin. Let's call this video series, "The Emergency Backpack is Our Insurance." This is a very broad topic. I won't be talking about what it was like in the army, what to take there, what works and what doesn't. I'll tell you what's needed for people and their pets. Different backpacks for different people, from children to the elderly, plus animals. We'll look at this as insurance. You insure your car, you insure your property, you insure your health. So, an emergency backpack is your personal insurance. Now, an emergency backpack, it might not just be a backpack, it could be a bag or a sack or a suitcase or a trolley on wheels, or maybe a four-wheeled cart or a cart from a store, very popular with the homeless in America. Though the functionality is minimal, even if you can load more into it. Let's start. I'll divide this series into 3 parts. Let's get started. Our first part is about who carries the backpack. The second part is the emergency backpack itself. And the third part is the contents of the emergency backpack. Let's start with the first. Who carries the emergency backpack? We'll be looking at the entire life cycle. In simple terms, I won't be talking about conception and fetal development. So first, who carries the emergency backpack? That's a pregnant woman. Second is women with infants. Third is children. Fourth is teenagers. Fifth is adults. Sixth is the elderly. Seventh is animals. It's very important to understand that biological age and the age on paper are not the same thing. For example, a person might be 60, but their body is like a 40-year-old's, or vice versa. First is the pregnant woman. If an evacuation happens during pregnancy, the main and primary goal is to leave quickly. But besides leaving quickly, you also need to maintain your health and the babies avoid dehydration, injuries, hypothermia, panic, and missing out on medical care. Second, we must consider women traveling with infants. During an emergency evacuation with a young infant, the primary threats are dehydration, the danger of hypothermia, or conversely, the risk of overheating. Furthermore, there is a heightened vulnerability to infections, the stress of overcrowding, a severe lack of sleep, and of course, extreme parental exhaustion. The main task is to keep the child warm, fed, hydrated, safe, ensure safe breathing, and maintain the calmest routine possible. Third is children. During an evacuation, children under 12 are especially vulnerable due to fear of disorientation, dehydration, cold, overheating, infections, and the risk of getting lost in the crowd. The adult's main task is to keep the child safe and connected to their parents, maintain a basic routine and a sense of security. Fourth is teenagers. During an emergency evacuation, teenagers aged 12 to 18 are physically quite close to adults. However, psychologically, they often experience stress and anxiety much more severely than they might actually show on the surface. The main threat for teenagers is panic, impulsive decisions, losing touch with family, crowd influence, psychological shock, the feeling of, I'm an adult now, I can handle it myself, exhaustion, and an information overload. Fifth is adults. During an evacuation, adults most often become the family's main source of support. However, it is these same adults who must take on the maximum psychological and physical burden, often bearing the weight of the entire situation. The main threats for adults are panic, overestimating their strength, chaotic decisions, exhaustion, dehydration, aggression, losing control over the family, and stress-induced mistakes. 6 is the elderly. During an evacuation, the elderly are one of the most vulnerable groups. The main threats for them are dehydration, losing their medication, hypothermia, heat stress, losing orientation, chronic illnesses, falling, and the inability to move quickly. 7th is animals. During an evacuation, pets also experience extreme stress. The main threat to animals is losing their owner. Dehydration, overheating or hypothermia, hunger, panic, noise, infections, injuries, fleeing into a crowd or during an explosion. The owner's main task is to maintain control over the animal. The animal gets scared, the animal runs away. There will also be a problem with exotic animals. During times of intense military action, it is a tragic reality that most exotic animals will unfortunately perish. It is truly heartbreaking to consider how they suffer in these environments. And some will even be very dangerous to take with you to a shelter or public places because they can be poisonous and therefore will be dangerous in principle for people, even if they don't look dangerous, but people can get scared and do all sorts of foolish things. The kit for what a pet needs will be next. So now we have finally come to the second point of our discussion. This is the emergency backpack itself, the backpack itself. Let's start with what this backpack is for. Let's start with the definition. An emergency preparedness backpack is a comprehensively pre-assembled collection of basic survival essentials designed for the most rapid and efficient evacuation possible during a crisis. It is absolutely essential to have this ready so that in the unfortunate event of an emergency, whether it be a fire, a sudden earthquake, a flood, or even military actions, you do not waste any precious time packing your belongings. Instead, you can immediately leave the danger zone confident that you have everything necessary for your autonomous survival for the first 72 hours right at hand. An emergency backpack is your personal insurance, which depends on you and not on dozens of people. What kinds of backpacks are there? There are sports, hiking, and military backpacks. I suggest considering hiking ones, small or medium. If you're a strong person and have gone hiking, you can take a large one too. Why specifically hiking ones? Because they are designed for comfortable carrying in environmental conditions. And hiking backpacks don't attract as much attention. Of course, a backpack is chosen for you and for the events that might happen. If a war starts, you can only take a military backpack with you to the army. In another scenario, if you're evacuating, then no military backpacks or military gear. Soldiers of your own country won't understand who you are. You become a target for both your own and for others. Though honestly, a military backpack is the most practical one. I'll run an experiment. I'll show it in about 2 or 3 videos. I know from my own experience what an unpacked backpack is like. During real stress, you'll forget everything you wanted to take. I'll say more, you'll forget, damn it, where it even is. So the backpack must be already packed, fitted to you, and tested by you. This means you should have worn it for at least 2 days straight on a weekend, ideally in different seasons. And it must be specifically a backpack so your hands can be free so you can do things. Let's simplify the task, maybe by combining several categories. I'll explain why. Let's start with pregnant women, women with infants, the elderly, and children. I'm grouping them together because this is the category of people who need help. It's almost impossible for them to manage on their own. Almost. Of course, not all, but for the most part, that's how it is. Why? Pregnant women are the most beautiful and the most vulnerable. A pregnant woman must think not only about herself, but also about the child inside. I thought for a long time about what advice to give here. I have 2 children. I supported my wife when she was pregnant. I was at 2 births. I saw how difficult it is and how careful you have to be. In this case, one must consider many factors. The stage of pregnancy, how the pregnancy is going, what restrictions there are, and so on and so on and so on. So the doctor you're seeing would be a better fit for you. Seriously, talk about what you can and can't do. Just talk to the doctor every time you visit, because the situation changes both with you and with everything else. He knows your condition and knows what you can and cannot do. Second is women with infants. There are many factors here too. When you gave birth, what state you're in, what state the baby is in, what state the mother is in. The birth could have been with or without complications. Does the mother have postpartum depression? And much, much more. I know how it is. I tried to help my wife while also working, and my wife had a 24-hour-a-day job. When I got home, my wife was very tired. A child cannot function without help. Thirdly, there are the elderly. Some elderly people can be much more active than young people, but for the most part, that's not the case. There are many factors here too. You must know what chronic illnesses you have, how you move, get around with or without help. Can you survive without your medication? Do you have devices to help you, like breathe and many other things? In Ukraine, many elderly people stayed home so as not to burden their relatives. And a certain number of them died because there was no one to help them. I don't want to harm these three categories of people with my advice. I want to help all of us. My advice would be to leave the conflict zone as quickly as possible and have a minimum 7-day supply of what you need. What your doctor advised you. Unfortunately, you won't be able to carry what you need for long. So the advice from the previous video, do and plan everything in advance. Think about where you will be safe and how and by what means to get there with what you need. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I will try to answer them. So, our beloved children, obedient or disobedient? Children, for the most part, are just another little running backpack. They are easily injured. You have to watch them constantly. They don't always do exactly what you ask them to do, which can be quite frustrating. They can easily get lost along the way, and honestly, they just can't seem to carry their little backpacks for very long without needing a break. When they're tired or feel unwell, they'll have to be carried. So this is also a category of those who need constant help. Who are you? Evan? You know what? It's not scary if you get lost. Teenagers are already more aware. They can perform and help instead of adults. Of course, if they haven't fallen under the bad influence of other people. But this topic will be discussed in the video about psychological preparation. We'll also group into adults. We'll group teenagers and adults together and treat them as adults. And finally, there are our pets, from small to large ones. I'll make a more detailed video later, where I'll share what I think is the best kit for your pets. For us humans, I'll list separately what you'll need to have with you, what's necessary, what's 100% required. As for devices or medications that you specifically need to maintain your health, please figure that out yourself. Regarding medications, consult with your primary care physician. Heal health during survival is the most important thing. Now we're moving on to choosing an emergency backpack. As I've said, it could be a plastic bag or an IKEA bag or a suitcase, but the best option is a hiking backpack. Your hands are free, you throw it on your shoulders, and your hands are free. Let's break it down. Backpacks we have. The standard volume for hiking backpacks is 10 to 20 liters. This is a backpack for everyday city use, you know, for a laptop and other things. Basically, it's very suitable for children. 20 to 35 liters is a backpack for a short one-day trek with food, water, and minimal clothing. 35 and 50 liters are trekking backpacks for weekend trips from 1, say, to 3 days. That's why 50 liters is the most optimal backpack for evacuation. Well, let's move on. 50 to 70 liters is a full-sized hiking backpack for multi-day trips. And 80 liters and more are expedition backpacks for long, autonomous, high hiking trips. These are, to be honest, for professionals. The most important thing here is to understand that we're all different sizes and builds. Some are taller and some are shorter. One backpack can't fit everyone, so you need to either go to a store, try it on, and get advice. A salesperson or consultant in an outdoor store or a friend who's into hiking can help you choose and adjust a backpack. Ordering online, it might not fit, it might not be the one you actually ordered. A tip, in the store, ask them to load the backpack with 15 kilograms and walk around for 10 to 15 minutes. It will be easier to determine if it's right for you or not. An empty backpack will suit everyone. And make sure there's a rain cover in the pack, or you'll need to buy one. Let's get specific. A desired volume is 50 to 70 liters for an adult. What about the backpack's weight? For a man, a pack should be 15 to 20 kilograms max. For women and teens, it's 8 to 10 kilograms. For a child under 12, it's 5 to 6 kilograms. An animal should also have its own pack, whatever they recommend at the pet store. So, a typical family of a mom, dad, and one child will easily manage to walk up to 20 to 30 kilometers in a day, well, without getting too tired. By the way, regarding weight, it's important to save every gram. I had my first serious hike in my life for 14 days when I was about 15. I took everything I wanted. I thought I would need it all. And God, how wrong I was. Along the way, I had to leave many things behind. So think carefully about what will be useful to you, whether this or that item is needed or not, because you'll have to carry it on your back. Now, the biggest mistake is thinking you're smarter than everyone and will have time to pack when a war or crisis starts. Right now, packages from China and other countries are delayed, and in fact, nothing has even started for you yet. Next, taking a backpack and loading it to the max with everything you might need. You won't get far with a heavily loaded backpack. If you suddenly have to run, it will be very difficult to move. Not to mention destroying your kneecaps. Now about the super large backpack. The larger the backpack, the harder it is to walk with it. It will be hard for you in public transport and during evacuation. Wherever you go, you will take up a lot of space. And without a plan or knowing how to act, you'll get in other people's way and might give in to panic. And probably most importantly, you must know how to use everything that's in your emergency pack. Before you head out, you should really try the food that will be in your pack and commit to eating only that food for a whole day. Once you figure out if you have an allergy to it, or maybe experience diarrhea or even heartburn, you should work everything out in advance. It is much better to discover these issues at home rather than while you are out on the trail. Remember, an emergency pack is a basic kit of essential items. Spend one day hiking with your backpack. Test it out. Main mistakes. Let's go. These are our main mistakes. First mistake, packing your bag after a war or a crisis has already started. Second mistake, a backpack that is way too heavy. Third mistake, a backpack that is way too big. Fourth, not having a plan. Fifth, having no skills. In the next video, there will be a comparison of German, American, or I'll talk about my emergency bag. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss a new video. Because I am sharing my personal experience with you, I am confident that one day it will help you. Everything is going to be just fine. Not so easy, but everything will be fine. I hope you have a really good day, and I hope you have a wonderful time of day as well.